Water is not only a vital resource but also a source of health when consumed properly. Many people are unaware that improper water drinking habits can negatively impact health. It is not just the quantity of water consumed that matters, but also how we drink it. According to Buddhist wisdom, every action, even something as simple as drinking water, has a profound meaning. This is illustrated by the story of a young man from a small village who, despite all attempts to heal himself with medicines and herbs, found no relief. In search of advice, he turned to the elders, who recommended he seek the wisdom of a Buddhist master living in the mountains. This highlights that sometimes simple actions, like drinking water, can have deep consequences for our health. Proper water consumption involves not only its purity but also mindfulness in the process. For example, it is important to drink water slowly so that the body can absorb it effectively. Additionally, the water should ideally be at room temperature or warm, as this promotes better absorption and helps avoid stress on the body. Thus, the correct way of drinking water can be key to improving health and well-being. The journey of the young man to the mountains was not easy, but his determination to find healing did not wane. When he finally reached his destination, he was greeted by the soothing sounds of running water and the fresh, pure air. He found a teacher sitting in deep meditation by the bank of a crystal-clear stream. Waiting for the teacher to open his eyes, the young man shared his suffering and his search for a solution. With a serene smile, the teacher said that the answer to the young man's problems lay in how he drank water. He explained that in Buddhism, water is not just a natural resource but a symbol of life and purity. The first teaching the teacher shared was about the importance of drinking water with mindfulness and gratitude. The teacher told the young man that each sip of water should be a meditation in itself. Holding the glass, it is important to feel the water, observe its clarity, and reflect on the journey it has taken to reach your hands. Before drinking, one should mentally or verbally express gratitude for the water that nourishes and sustains the body. This simple act of mindfulness transforms drinking water into a sacred ritual. An opportunity to connect with the present moment and appreciate life in its purest form. Drinking with awareness, the young man could feel the water flowing through his body, revitalizing every cell as if he were receiving a divine gift. The teacher emphasized that such an approach to drinking water could have immense power in a person's life, promoting healing on a deep level. Drinking water with gratitude not only nourishes the body but also uplifts the soul, bringing a peace that is so difficult to find in our hectic world. The teacher continued to share his wisdom, touching on the importance of water temperature, an aspect that often goes unnoticed but has a significant impact on health. He explained that water should be consumed at room temperature, specifically in the range of 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. Drinking water that is too cold can cause thermal shock in the body, forcing the digestive system to work harder than necessary. This can lead to various health issues, ranging from slowed digestion to the accumulation of toxins, which over time can result in serious illnesses. On the other hand, warm water, especially in the morning, helps gently awaken the digestive system and prepare the body for a new day. Imagine waking up and instead of feeling heaviness and fatigue, you feel lightness and a surge of energy that accompanies you throughout the day. This is the power that water can have when consumed at the right temperature. This practice of respecting and caring for one's own body is an act of self-love that many do not realize. The young man listened attentively, realizing that he had never thought about such details. He always drank water in a rush, paying little attention to the process, sometimes straight from the plastic bottle he carried with him. Now he understood that mindful drinking of water could become an important part of his journey toward healing and harmony. Now the teacher was opening the young man's eyes to a new way of perceiving and relating to something so simple, yet so important at the same time. These initial lessons began to awaken in him an awareness of the power contained in every small, everyday gesture. He began to understand that Buddhist wisdom manifests not only in great teachings or deep meditations, but also in simple moments of life, such as drinking a glass of water. With these first lessons, the young man began his journey to heal not only his body, but also his mind and spirit, by practicing mindful and respectful water drinking. This became the beginning of a profound transformation, which started with a simple act but had the power to touch the soul and restore balance in all aspects of life. He wondered, what could change in his life if he began to apply this wisdom right now? Immersed in the knowledge that the teacher began to share, the young man felt a desire to learn more. He realized that each teaching not only deepened his understanding of water, but also connected him to his life and health on a deeper level, purity of water as the foundation of health. Now that you understand the importance of drinking water with mindfulness and at the right temperature, the teacher continued with a serious look, we need to discuss the purity of water. The water you drink must be as pure as possible. Imagine your body as a sacred temple. You wouldn't fill it with impurities, would you? Similarly, you should not fill your body with water that is polluted and contains toxins. A young man who had never thought about the quality of the water he drank began to realize how important it is. The teacher explained that in Buddhist teachings, purity is a central concept. This applies not only to the purity of the mind and spirit but also to the body. Impure water can carry negative energies and substances that disrupt the natural balance of the body and can lead to serious illnesses. He continued that, although we live in a world where clean water is not always available, it is important to do everything possible to purify it before consumption. This can be achieved through filtration, boiling, or even spiritual practices that involve blessing the water. The goal is to ensure that everything that enters our body is as pure and sacred as possible. Remember, the Master said, every sip of clean water you drink is an act of love and respect for your body, and this respect does not go unnoticed. The body responds, the mind responds, and soon you begin to feel a clarity and lightness you've never experienced before. The frequency of the water is directly reflected in the frequency of your mind and spirit. With these teachings in mind, the young man began to reflect on how he could improve the quality of the water he consumes daily. He realized that throughout his life, he had neglected something so simple yet capable of having a profound impact on his well-being, the importance of balance in water consumption. The teacher, noticing the seriousness with which the young man was receiving these lessons, continued, now let's talk about balance in the amount of water you consume. As in everything in life, balance is the key. Drinking too much water can be as harmful as not drinking enough. The young man nodded, recalling the teachings of the middle way in Buddhism, where balance between extremes is fundamental to achieving harmony and well-being. The middle way applies to all aspects of life, including water. Your body is wise, it knows how much water it needs. Listen to it. When you drink more than necessary, you overload your system, dilute essential nutrients in your blood, and make your kidneys work harder than they should. The teacher explained that this can lead to serious problems, such as hyponatremia, when an excess of water lowers sodium levels in the body to dangerously low values. The realization that even such a simple act as drinking water can be done incorrectly was a true awakening for the young man. He began to understand that the wisdom of Buddhism lies not only in avoiding extremes but also in finding balance in all aspects of life. Then the teacher led the young man to the nearest stream and asked him to kneel. This is the place where you should drink water, he said. Whenever possible, drink water directly from nature. It gives you a life force that cannot be found in plastic bottles or processed city water. This water is alive and in harmony with the earth. By drinking it, you connect directly with the healing energy of nature. The young man dipped his hands into the cold, crystal clear water, bringing it to his lips with reverence. The teacher watched him, knowing that this experience would remain in the young man's memory for a lifetime. Drinking water directly from nature is not just an act of hydration, it is a way to communicate with the surrounding world, an opportunity to reconnect with the very essence of life. Finally, the master taught the young man the practice of gratitude before drinking water. Before each sip, he said, pause for a moment, close your eyes, and silently thank the water you are about to drink. Mentally say something like, thank you for the gift of life and for the water that nourishes and heals my existence. This simple act of gratitude transforms water into something sacred. It is not just a liquid that quenches thirst, it is a gift of life, a source of energy that nourishes not only the body but also the spirit. the young man followed the teacher's instructions, closing his eyes and expressing gratitude for the water. He felt a deep peace, creating a connection he had never experienced before. With each sip, he sensed the water filling his body not only with hydration but also with pure, renewing energy, mindfulness in every sip. In conclusion, the teacher gave one last warning: avoid distractions when drinking water. Do not eat, do not speak, do not be distracted. Each sip should be taken with full awareness. Remember that water is sacred and deserves your complete attention. With these valuable teachings, the young man left the mountains with a new understanding of something simple yet profoundly important. He knew that these lessons would change not only how he drank water but also how he lived his life with greater mindfulness, gratitude, and respect for the world around him. Through these ancient teachings, he discovered that drinking water is not just a physical act but a deep spiritual practice that can be applied in life to transform anyone. A simple glass of water, consumed correctly and with the right mindset, can become the beginning of a journey toward healing and enlightenment. Water as a source of healing and balance. Drinking water will never be the same for you again. You have learned that something as simple as a glass of water can be transformed into a true ritual of healing and spiritual connection. Every detail, from mindfulness in drinking to choosing the right temperature to striving for purity and the perfect amount, has a profound impact on your well-being. You have understood that water is not just a liquid for quenching thirst but a source of life that, when consumed with gratitude and respect, can bring balance to the body, mind, and spirit. The conscious practice of drinking water with full presence and without distractions is a powerful way to restore connection with nature and with oneself. Transformation begins with the small. Now, transformation is in your hands. With every sip of water, you can choose to nourish not only your body but also your soul. Remember that the water you drink can be an enemy or an ally, depending on how you consume it. The great Stoic philosophers also remind us of the importance of mindfulness in all our actions, even the simplest ones. For them, true wisdom lies in living in accordance with nature and in harmony with what is under our control. Just as the conscious practice of drinking water can bring balance to body and mind, steadfastness of mind and body, focusing on the present and acting with virtue in every small gesture, we deeply and significantly transform our lives. Let us together, step by step, turn the ordinary into the extraordinary.